Hello everyone, MP Hater here. Welcome back to my newcomer's guide for Elden Ring. This is part 11. So, in the last episode, we ended up completing some bosses. We ended up beating the Erdtree Avatar. We beat the Cemetery Shade and the Tombsward Catacombs. We defeated the Stone Digger Troll in the Limgrave Tunnels. And then we end up killing both of the Knights Cavalry and the Weeping Peninsula, as well as in the Agheel Lake area of Limgrave. So, what we're going to be doing now is kind of cleaning up some stuff, as well as going after a few more bosses. So, for starters, we're going to be heading over to the beach over here. Make sure that I picked up some items there. We're going to head to the beach over here. Make sure I picked up some items there. I think I may have missed them. And then south of the Erdtree, there's also some items here. I think a rune that I have missed. Again, I'm trying to do kind of a checklist of things, and that was a couple of things that I think I may have missed. And then I think we're in a good place to go ahead and pick off the Runebear that's over here, or the large bear that's over here. There's basically an enemy who will transform into a bear, and they drop a larval tear, which is used for respecking our character later. And then we're going to head over here. Been a while. We did not go over here earlier. I totally forgot about this place because it's off the beaten path, but we're going to go knock out Fort Height West, or Mr. Kenneth Height over here. So for starters, we'll go ahead and go to Tombsward. Anyway, so I think there's some runes on the beach. There it is. Nothing particularly special, but I'm playing collector for you. This, by the way, is just a normal teardrop scarab, nothing special. Alright, so we've gotten that. Next we're going to head to here. This is going to be the fastest way to get back to the Erdtree. Alright, so those are the items that we missed there. Hey, fire. Opportunity to get a bunch of... There we go. Opportunity to get a bunch of smoldering butterflies. I use them lots. Okay, so we're gonna go to Castlemore Mount. Lift. Okay, another golden rune. Another pointless scarab. Okay, so we got that. We got that. And now we're going to head to Agheel Lake South. So number 4 is this lone enemy up here. Yes, he seems like he doesn't really belong. And when you kill him, you got a Runebear to deal with. As you can see, at our level, they don't really do a whole lot to us damage-wise, but boy, oh boy, they have a lot of health. Okay. Well, that was irritating. Anyway, we're going to get our first larval tier when we do that. So, larval tier is basically going to allow us to respec our character later. We will have to reach an area north of here, however, so be aware of that. Otherwise, then we're going to head to Fort Height West. And I truthfully don't recall if I cleared out this area or not. I don't think I did, but I know we came here for the item that was out here. this guy over here too. Ow. Alright, get this turd to come up here so we can fight him normally. Alright, so now we get the Ash of War Bloody Slash. So grants affinities and skills to an armament, blood, obviously, bleed weaponry. And this is going to be one half of something that we're going to need to pick up later. Don't have to get it now, but we will need it later whenever we head towards Lanedale. Alrighty. Another nomadic cookbook, number 6 this time. So blood grease. This is going to give us the ability to add blood damage to a weapon. And now we are going to head to Mistwood Outskirts, and we're going to talk to our buddy here. Complete his quest line. Or at least I should say progress his quest line.
Did you more? Well done. I knew. Now, go ahead. Right. What's that, Lowell? Under even the which is why just you. Would you like? I see bright. Enter. Who knows? What say you?
Sure. We'll enter your service.
I see.
We can become a knight.
Right. Much.
Gain lands.
Much.
Who doesn't want to be a lord? You know, if this whole Elden Lord stuff doesn't end up panning out, they could be a real lord. So apparently there are demi-humans here for some reason. For some reason though, Mr. Height doesn't seem to care about that.
Indeed, one must be true. That I have the great, but now for a true. I'm for a true.
Well, we're not going to be able to be a real lord. But I wanted to be a real boy. All right. So with that out of the way, what we're going to do now is we're going to head to the Demi-Human Queen. And the Demi-Human Ruins and knock that out. So this place doesn't really have a difficult boss. There's just a lot of enemies here, and she hits pretty hard because she's a magic user. Really one of the first real magic users that we've faced off against. She's also big as a troll as well. You're supposed to jump down there. So there are some enemies on the outskirts. What I'm going to recommend we do, though, is just pop in, summon. Getting her to stop moving is irritating. Alrighty. There we go. Anyway, these guys become very scared once their queen is dead. So got an arterial leaf. And we got a Faith Knot Crystal Tear here. So that'll be for our physic. So boost faith and mix physic. These effects, by the way, usually last for about 3 minutes unless they say otherwise. So we have knocked that out. We've gotten the tier. I think we're next going to go for the Earthbore Cave because we've fought a Runebear now. And we're going to go ahead and fight another one. Now, interestingly enough, in this cave, as long as we don't make too much noise here, the enemies that are here can simply be walked around. So don't step in that hole right there. That'll sink. Otherwise, be quiet. Sneak. Unless you want to kill all the rats, of course. Otherwise, you can simply walk right beside them. For the most part. So, as you can see, they mostly leave you alone. They don't really like if you touch them, though. So, just like the other fight, this one's going to be a pain in the butt. He's got a lot of health. Hey, this one does a little bit more damage than the other one does. Mostly just back off whenever you need to heal. Oh, I did not get the chance to get him with that. Alright. And they'll do it for another boss. So nothing special with this boss. That gives us the Spelldrake Talisman. Golden Butterfly, Trina's Lily, and an exit point. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to head to the Seaside Ruins. And we're going to go underneath this little thing off to our right and talk to Yura.
Don't.
So, you have two different ways to fight this boss. You can either just run up to the dragon and kill the dragon, start attacking him, which is actually the way that I prefer doing it. The other way is going to be to come over here. And you'll see the Church of America, or the Stake of America here. And normally there will be a summon sign here. Where is it? Let me rest and then see if it regenerates. I think you actually have to die against the boss first. Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, you have to die first. I actually think it's harder with Yura. Anytime you do a summon, the boss actually gets more health. But the other part that's hard about this fight is, while Yura is able to keep himself pretty healthy, you're not able to utilize your horse during this fight if you summon Yura into the fight. Yeah, his summon pad should be right here, right next to the Stake of America. So we're just going to go ahead and head in. So obviously he's got a tail swat. He'll also breathe fire at you.
And if you hit his head, that's going to give you bonus damage. I recommend using the Rock Sling ability, which is a sorcery you picked up.
So he's going to shoot fire at you. Usually it's straight on, though there is a little bit of horizontal direction to it. To run sideways whenever he does that. If you can knock him down, you'll do a lot of damage to him. Whenever he gets on a hill like this, sometimes he will disappear and you'll have to fight him again. This boss can be a little glitchy. Oh, that was close. So roll when he does that. Ooh. Again, sideways. That'll avoid the fire whenever he's doing it that way. And we got the dragon. So that's going to give us our first dragon heart. And we're notified that there is a new draconic power available at the cathedral. So if we head over to the Church of Dragon Communion now, we can spend one of these. So the Dragon Maw is one that a lot of people like. I'm not going to be using this, at least not right now anyway, because I don't have the stats. So I'm not planning on doing a faith build. Though me playing a Wretch allows me to respec basically anything I want once we reach the respec point. But with that, that's going to get us up to level 37 for our Vigor. We're at level 34. And from here, I think we're going to go ahead and tackle, we're at 30 minutes right now. I think we're going to go tackle the Deathbirds. So there are two Deathbirds. One of them is right here. The other one is right here. And we have to tackle these areas at night in order for them to show up. Okay. So it's nighttime. So these Deathbirds, they do not do well against striking weapons. So we're going to go ahead and pop a striking weapon. I'm going to make some more fire grease. And this enemy is not hugely susceptible to fire. It's actually most susceptible to holy. So that is something to take into consideration for this fight as well. One thing I'm going to start doing, by the way, let me change up my flasks real quick. I do want to be able to have a flask for refilling after I do summons. Speaking of which, you're not going to be able to summon in this fight. So just forewarning. And I was going to item craft. Let's do 3 of those. Okay, so once you climb onto that thing, it will appear. I'm going to kill the Oh, crap. So if you want to, you can pretty much stay on the horse the entire time. I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. That attack, by the way. Awful attack. Come on, get back down here. If you can knock him on the head, by the way, that does a lot of damage to him. There we go. Again, strike damage is really effective against these guys. So we're going to get the sacrificial axe. So a small amount of FP is restored upon slaying each foe. So that can be really beneficial for some builds. So we're going to head to the other one near the War Master's shack. Be aware, by the way, if you talk to him and then rest and then go back in, he will be gone. That will trigger a boss battle. We don't want to do that yet. Boss is kind of hard. Alright, so I'm going to kill the giants first. We do not want these guys involved in our fight. Okay, we should be good. So as I said, fire doesn't do a whole lot to this boss, but it is a little extra. He's actually strong against it, but it is extra damage. I should have been able to dodge that. Oh, come on. Gotta love the camera. And that is my first death in a while. I feel pretty good about that, though. All right, let's try this again. You got me killed, you dumb animals. There we go. So that is instant death if you get that bar filled up. These particular ones don't generally fill that bar up very much, but later we'll be fighting some upgraded versions of these enemies that do. Thought I avoided that. And it's dead. So just got a new sword. There we go. So blue feathered branch sword, which is actually a talisman, raises defense when HP is low. So we are sitting at 42 minutes, and that is basically, you know what? We already went there. And that is basically one of the last things that we have to do in this episode. So, in the next episode, we're going to be tackling the Tree Sentinel. We're going to be tackling the Crucible Knights. We're going to be tackling the Impaler's Catacombs, as well as the Hero of Zamor. So with that, that's going to be what we're looking at in the next episode. But everybody, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.